Hey everyone, I came on to show you a temu haul I have. I got this right here. It's a hair clip. I like hair clips in my hair. Um, it's nice, heavy. It's got stones on it. It's a butterfly. It would be good in thin or thick hair because it grips very well. Hi Candy, how are you? This grips very well, so it would be good in thin or thick hair. Like things like that. And of course, when you go to put it in, you have to hold it the way you want it to go in, of course. All right. Then I got me some cicada paper, and I thought that was really pretty. I thought it would be good in some journals, but it is very thin paper. You can see through it, but it is very thin. So it would be great to put uh, uh, Candy. You're in my prayers, darling. But you can put, it kind of almost looks like tea bags. So, you can kind of put stuff under it and you can see it. So I really like that too. And this is one of the things I got. Then I got a practice calligraphy set that you use for the Chinese writing utensils. You know what I'm talking about with the if I can get it unwrapped. I haven't unwrapped it. It just came in, so I just opened the package. And I found my clip in there and put my hair back. In Alabama, it's very hot, so I like to have something to put my hair back. Anyway, this is washable, and it comes in its little case. It has your spoon. It has your brush, so that you can do the calligraphy with it. And it has your little, it's like a little, it's a washable mat that you can wash off. And it's, decorated on one side. It's kind of like a little vinyl mat. And it shows it, you've got the pieces in there showing you, these so that you can see these right here. Yeah, so I thought, well, I'm gonna get me one because I've been really interested in and they're a couple of dollars, So I wanted to practice, and that way I can wipe it off and start over. And of course, you take, and you've got ink blocks and all that stuff that goes with it. And my daughter's interested in it too, so I bought her one. Um, she when she goes to work, she doesn't get to do a whole lot, but she has some free time, so I bought her one of these, which I've got one and she's got one. And this is the grinding stone. Okay, it's a grinding stone. Okay, and you put a little bit of water on it. It doesn't take but a couple of drops of water. Oh, and then you take. I'm sorry, give me just a minute. This is your ink block. And what you do is you take a little water and you put it on here and you grind the ink down. And it just grinds down. And then when you get the ink on there, you put your ink to the side and you take your brush. And here's the little cup. You put water in that. And then you take your ink and you do your calligraphy with it. So I will demonstrate that at later, but I'm just going to show what I got in the thing right now. What I got today right now. And you can also use this with your glass pens or your calligraphy pens, all that stuff. Let me pick this bag up. Okay. Then I got some these are pages to go in a 3-ring thing, but I'm going to put just binder things on them, just so you can put, just postcards or whatever, because this is just a single, a double pocket. Well, it will be when I do it, because I've got the tool that I can separate the pocket right here. So that's what that is. Then I also got me another little travel set, because I've got 2 of them now, and there's one more, and I'll get it later. A little travel set of the watercolors, and these are the blues and everything. The other ones are like silver and gold and all that stuff in those. They're metallics. When you use them, they have like a metallic on them. So, right, then there's this ink block, and each one is a different color. This one here is that one, of course, is black. This one here is, well, I don't know. Uh, this is Iron J Wing. So it's kind of a gray color when you use it. I got different colors, by the way. I didn't figure I needed a bunch of black, so you know what. And here's another little thing. Like I said, I got one for me and one for my daughter. Not sure why they boxed one with ink and one without, but but that's what they did. I guess they figured I didn't need 2 of them. But here's that one, and that's your pot, and you put that little ink stone in there. Maybe that's why they did that. This all goes together. Like I said, I hadn't really pulled it out and looked at it. I know it. They are good at it, aren't they? And here's another one. It's also ink. And like I said, this one here is, this is the other one. This one's for my daughter. And it's also the gray. And this one here is, that one's mine. It's gray. And these are the little pigment. This is not ink. It's pigment powder. Because I'm going to be making some little acrylic. What do you call that? It's liquid and then it turns hard. And anyway, this is pigment powder for that. Also for some car fresheners that I'm making up. And this one here is another one like I showed you in the beginning, the gold. But this one doesn't open. I can't get it to open. And I'm afraid to mash on it too hard because it'll break or something. So that one don't work. The gold one does. The black one doesn't. And this is this one is another pigment powder, which is green. This is the range of greens. And then here's another one that this one, I guess, is the red, because it's in the red box. I got this little, this is a, it's not a tearing ruler. This is a die. This is a die to cut paper with, and it cuts it on that and that, depending on how you want it done. And I actually did a journal, using my other die. But I did a journal using this side of it, of this one. Then I have these beads, and they packaged them pretty well because of, I think they're glass. Yes, they're glass baubles. And I don't know if you can see that well or not, but they have crystals in them. Little teeny tiny little crystals in them. but they're glass and they're like a little charm. I mean, you wouldn't really wear them on a bracelet, but a necklace would be real pretty. But I think they would look cute as a pair of earrings for Christmas because they have the Christmas light look to them. And that's why I got those, because I've got a daughter and um, two granddaughters, and I was thinking about taking and making them a pair of earrings with them. There's enough for 5 sets of earrings if I wanted to make 5 sets, but I need 3, so that'll give me 2 extras to do with what I want to. And then there's my holder that I ordered. You have to order everything separately, no matter what resin. Yes, and this is a little pot, a water pot, of course. And you just take your pen or whatever you're working with. This is so you can use different colors at a time. And I'm sorry. Uh, and that way you can rinse your brush and you can lay it down and use a different brush for a different color if you like. I don't do too many hauls and everything, but and that's what that one of my bows came in. This one is a pearl white powder um, for uh, pigment powder to do, and I thought they would be real cute. And of course, my alphabet. This I've been looking for a while is an alphabet that's big enough to actually use, and it's good size. So if I wanted to send somebody a card with their initial on it, then I would have a big enough one to do. Let me see. My card is right here. Okay, so if I wanted to put that, and it comes in a pack thing here, but it would cover a good bit of the card front if I wanted to put, and it's decorative. It's got a flower on it, and this is the entire alphabet that I got. So if I wanted to send Candy a C, then I could take Candy and make Candy a C in her favorite color. So anyway, there's the entire alphabet, A through Z. I think they're going to be really pretty. When I cut them out and everything. So, and I know you know what the alphabet looks like, so I don't have to sit here and show you all of them, right? I will be sitting here and cutting them out in a little while, but because I always like to make sure that they work. And that's my haul that I have. Now I'm going to put these things back in to my bag. And I was thinking I might be able to see how many pages I've got here to put these alphabets in. Because I like the little books and stuff. So let me put all this stuff back in. Ouch, dropped you, didn't I? Anyway, so what are you up to today, Candy? Did you go to a therapy on Saturday or anything? I'm going to leave these out because I'll be using those. Here. Let me put this over here. Now I done lost because I wanted to try this out. Of course, I had to lose my water bottle. Does anybody else like working with calligraphy or inks and stuff like that? Do y'all like working with stuff like that? As I said, it doesn't take much water. Then you've got this. You make ink. And the good thing about it, make sure it's coming out okay. Looks like it is. And you just kind of around and round and round with it. I'll lay that right there on the top. Put my bag. Well, I set it down. I know I set it down. There it is on the side. Of course I set it on the side. Right? I'm going to take this right here. We're going to see this how it works, aren't we? I've got to get me a well, I don't remember what they're called. They're the little. They got a little bulb on the edge of it, on the end of it, and you can pick up a little bit of water at a time. Put this down here. Let me move this to the side, and then. And of course, if you want it a little bit darker, you grind it a little more. There it is. You grind it until you got it as dark as you want it. Hi, Margaret. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. You just kind of use it like it's a pencil in your hand. And it's just like calligraphy, one stroke at a time. And you just kind of bear down harder where you want it to be darker and lighter where you don't. And it's going to take me some practice, as you can see. And of course, in calligraphy, you know, where it comes down, you do the darker and thicker line. Where it goes up, you make it a thinner line. And that's just calligraphy. That's how they do calligraphy. And you just kind of, I don't really like this brush. It's got some sticky out parts on it that's making it blur. I'm not really crazy about that. I'm going to have to trim its little fur. You see where it's doing it too. Let's see where's my little scissors at. Bet you I'll turn that baby up. Cut its whiskers off. Let's see if it works better now. If it don't, then I'll get out my glass pen. Yeah. See, that's not making it all furry. And that's how you use this set. Although I think I'm going to enjoy more using my pen, my glass pen, than that. Let's see. I'm going to enjoy using my glass pen much more than I will that. So let me try it out right quick. This is just stuff that you can use. And you can let it dry out and close it up. And you gently use it because you got to remember it is glass. And if you press too hard, you will definitely break the tip. And this is what you call faux calligraphy because glass tip pens have a pretty fine tip to them. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it has a pretty fine tip on it. So you have to go back and you have to add your lines in because you have to come up. This one comes up and then down. So this is going to be your thicker line. And this ink is really thin. It really is. So it just kind of, then when you come back around, you're going to have a downspout here. Or in my tea, there is anyway. And you come up and back around to the back side. And you're going to fill that little part in. And this one comes up. And this is drying kind of fast, or I wouldn't be having to dip it as often as I am. This ink is drying kind of fast. So, which is good, I suppose. And this one comes up and down over here. So I need to make this little curve a little darker. And this one comes up and down, so I've got to make this darker. And this is how that works out to make faux calligraphy. And that's faux calligraphy. And I really like doing that. And you can draw with it, doodle with it, whatever you want to call it. You can sketch with it. And I've often thought about going to the lake. We have a real pretty lake. It's about 50 miles from here. And I'll be honest with you, if they'd let me spend the night, I would camp there. And I would sit there and sketch that lake while it was peaceful and quiet. So, no, it was where part of the bristles were coming out. That's the reason why I trimmed it right there, is because it was sticking way out further than it should. So I just clipped off that little bitty piece. So, and I've got a green, a pine green, a red, and a gray, and a black ink. I haven't bought my daughter all the ink set that I've gotten for myself because, she may be moving in the near future. And if she is, she doesn't need to pack everything up and have to. So just all this stuff right here can just fit in that one package, I think. I think all her little stuff, her pen and everything would fit right here in it. an ink thing, and except for this, of course, that's not going to fit. So the ink block will, all that stuff will fit. But I really love doing the glass tip pen. It's just, it's not a smooth writing thing because you do not, um, probably didn't spell that right. Anyway, but I like to write. I like to practice my writing. I like to journal. And I have this little thing over here. And this is not mine. This is not my pen. This is the one I bought for my daughter, but she won't care that I've used it to make sure it's not, the tip isn't messed up or anything. And whew, come here. Lay down. Thank you. This is the first time I've had it out of its little box, so before I send it to her, I want to make sure it works properly. And it does, so. And she's got a little bottle of ink here. She's got the holder that you can lay your pen down on when you're not using it, to let it dry. Then she's got the pen itself. And she's got this whole little box that she can keep it all in. And then she should be a happy camper. And of course, it's got the little piece that goes in the top of it that is foam that keeps it safe. And so when I mail it to her, it should arrive. Oh, excuse me, it should arrive fine. Then, whenever you're done, lay that over there. You just take your ink. Let's see. And you can lay it down and let it dry. You can take this piece and just set it on top of it. You set that on top of that, and you're ready to go again. And this goes back into its little box. And I'm not going to put this little thing on there because it isn't open at the end, but I will put it in there because when that dries well, I don't want it to. Here in Alabama, we have a lot of mildew and mold and stuff that happens, and so anyway, and that's what I got in my haul. And I'm going to be working on some postcards and dropping my my letters. I dropped my letters, and I'm gonna go through and see what each one. I'll go through each one and I'll check them out, make sure they work, and then the pigment inks. I'm gonna go shake hands with a stranger. They say if you write palm inches, right? If you write palm inches, you're gonna shake hands with a stranger. I hope not. I don't want to meet anybody strange today. Anyway, oh, if they're any stranger than I am, And here's some of them that I've been working on. I haven't finished them up. I've got this one that says wish. And then I have this one that I put a bee on. There's a reason why for the bee. It's because of the fact that right here I made a boo-boo. And you see a little bit of the boo-boo. And no, that's not it. Here's where I've been cutting out my postcards. I decided to use my 4x6 die to cut out and make some cute little postcards. When I'm done, I'll stamp the back of them and send them to people. I'll have like 31 of them to send to somebody. These I probably won't because I these are just experimenting what I wanted to do. Um, and I messed up that. And as you can see, I haven't got that stuff glued down on it. I glued the bee down, and that's it. And the flowers, of course. And I got a little shaky on um, putting the square around my two there, and it just kind of went sideways on me. So there's that. And while these are a little bit larger, I did cut these down somewhat, but these are going to be um, jelly plated on. Right, exactly. That bee needed to go right there, didn't it? And I've got it pulled out. I've got my large bees. I've got this one that Beth really likes that one. So I may, but then I also have this one that's about the same size, but one of the wings are made of flowers. But this is the tiny bee that I've got on this, and then I've got the honeycomb. So I'll probably make a couple of honeycomb and bee ones. So I pulled this out, and I'm trying to figure out, and I may make some that alphabet, because there's 26 letters in the alphabet. I think there's 26, maybe 24, because L and M got kicked out for smoking. Somebody told me that once. Anyway. I know, it's not funny. It's old. It's an old joke, okay? But that's what I planned on doing. Is I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna work on this, and I'm gonna play around with different things, and then as I go, I will try to figure out if anybody wants a postcard from me and send them a postcard. Because I have no reason to keep 31 postcards. So, and that's the whole idea behind making postcards is, I guess, sending them out to your friends and your family and letting them know you're thinking about them. So, but yeah, that's just two of them. The other one's around here somewhere. I've only made 3 out of the 13 of them so far. Today is my great-granddaughter's 8th birthday. Her name is Athena. And so I posted on Facebook to tell for everybody to help me wish Athena a happy birthday, and she's going to be tickled to pieces over seeing her name and her picture on Facebook, and all the people so far that have that have managed to go in and say happy birthday to her. She's going to be tickled to pieces that all these people have said happy birthday. Um, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit here and I'm going to find my A, and it's one of these anyway. One of these letters is an A. So one of these letters is an A. So I'm going to take the A, and I'm gonna make her birthday card with it. I'm probably gonna make it with a postcard so I can just mail it to her, and she'll get something from her great grandmother to her. And if I know her mother will put it up for her to have when she gets older and everything. Unless she pitches a fit, and then her mother will let her have it, and she'll tear it up. It don't matter, because it's just something for her to enjoy at that point in time. So, but I think these are going to be real pretty when I cut them out. The only thing is, I wish that they were small enough to go through my small die cutter. But I'll pull out my big one. I'll set it up here, and I'll run them through it, and we'll see how it comes out. I don't know what colors I'll do them in yet, because these are white, and whenever I get them done with the jelly plate, then I'll know what color to put the letter should be. And this is the front, and you can see a little stitching around it. See? Oh, thank you, Candy. I appreciate that. Yeah. So, yeah, she's a good girl. She has a younger brother, which his birthday was June 20th, and her youngest sister is going to be 1 year old, October the 31st. So we're going to be celebrating birthdays. Then she's got a cousin that was born December 26th, and one that was born October the 19th, and another one on the way that's supposed to be born somewhere around my birthday in January. So anyway, I thought I would work with something and see what was what. It kind of bled through just a little bit, but it didn't bleed through to the other piece of paper. But then wet ink rarely does not bleed through, or does. It always bleeds through, I think. Um, Thank you, Margaret. Appreciate that. But yeah, it just that's where I'm at. I've got 5 great grandchildren and one on the way, and I'm thinking about going up there so I can be there when this one's born, because I've only been there when one of them was born, and that's Athena. Um, um, it's on my other page, Candy. I've got 2 Facebook pages, and I really need to uh, uh, I have 2 Facebook pages. One they wouldn't let me have, and that's, let me turn this off because you can probably see it better. This is Athena, and this is Seraphina, and that's her and her baby sister, and that's where it's at. It's on my other. It's under Teresa Church. Um, so I have one that's Teresa Trot Church and one or Teresa T Church, uh, and so anyway, but that's them, and I haven't put it. I didn't put her on this Facebook yet. I really should, so that they'll have a double chance of seeing that, and people that are sweet enough to go in and say happy birthday to her, and she's gonna love it. She's gonna have such a good time seeing her name up there, and her picture, and her hugging her little sister, and she's gonna enjoy it so much. You know how children are, and whenever I get the card made, I'm gonna put a big A on it, and I'm gonna put happy birthday. I'm gonna put happy and birthday under the A, and all that, and decorated that real cute for her. I will probably use metallics on it, maybe even take, when I cut the A out, and I'm sorry, take my embossing pen and emboss it, and put embossing powder. I've got some pretty embossing powders. Uh, like this one is, it's kind of a silver when you put it down, and it sparkles. You see that? And it really sparkles when you emboss it. So I may do that, or because her favorite colors are black and white. I have the green, and I like to do embossing. So um, I don't alphabets and stamps, or I would probably spell out her name um, and emboss it that way. But I don't have the alphabet stamps, but I do have the alphabet in die cuts now. Uh oh. Oh, thank you, Candy. So, and that's what I've got. I thank you for being here, and I appreciate it. And I'm gonna go now. And thank you, and bye. What's wrong with my? It's just being stubborn, I guess. I guess I'm gonna do that. Reach up there and touch.